Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meme Makua from the College of Graduate Studies. Today we are going to talk about postgraduate bursaries. The bursaries that the College of Graduate Studies is having to assist the students who are performing very well. So the bursaries are on merit, and it's for those students who work diligently and who really deserve the bursaries according to the set criteria. The College of Graduate Studies Postgraduate Bursaries Administration Office. It's an office within College of Graduate Studies that has been developed away from the division student funding. Together, the CGS and the DSF, which is Division for Student Funding, jointly manage the postgraduate bursaries. If it were in the olden times, I would say the Postgraduate Bursaries Administration Office of CGS is administrating the process of the applications, which is in the previous, it used to be the paperwork, but now it is online. And then the Division Student Funding is managing the finances, which is the financial part. So the College of Graduate Studies established this office of PG Bursaries Administration to administrate together with the DSF, where the DSF will then administer the financial part. The purpose of the postgraduate bursaries is to provide financial support to postgraduate diploma students, honors students, master's and doctoral degree students, depending on eligibility, meeting the set criteria, academic performance, and availability of funds. We have various categories for the postgraduate bursaries, as I mentioned earlier, but then the amounts are as follows. For the postgraduate diplomas and honors, the fees cover the tuition fees for the year. We can't say how much it is because it fluctuates annually. Then the master's by coursework, the money covers tuition fee and essential research resources, and it amounts to 25,000 rands for those that are doing master's by coursework. And those that are doing master's by research, the bursary covers tuition fees and essential research resources limited to 55,000 rands. Then those that are doing doctoral degree by research, the bursary covers tuition fees and essential research activity limited to 80,000 rands. The doctoral experimental bursary, it also covers tuition fee and essential research resources limited to 120,000. So what this means is that the 120,000 or 80,000 or 55 or 25,000, it will be for the duration of the study, not necessarily every year you get 120,000 rands. So if you are at a stage or the research activities for the year are that you are going to buy experiment resources or equipment for your experiments. If you are doing a degree by experimentation, you are going to be claiming for the specific research activities or buying the research equipment, the laboratory equipment, or maybe traveling to collect data or compiling the data collection instruments. You are going to claim just for that. And the following year, if you are at another point where maybe you are analyzing that data which you collected the previous year, you are going to claim from that 120 which was initially approved or 80,000 which was initially approved. You are going to claim the money for the research activities that you will be needing that year. And the supervisor will also attest to the research activities that you are claiming for to say, yes, this student is collecting data and they need transport money, or they need, they are now analyzing the data and they need to pay the statistician or they need to pay the language editor because they are now finalizing the research report. The PGDs, which are postgraduate diplomas and honors students, we fund them for the duration of the course, which is normally 1 year, but we do have students who are taking half of the modules for the first year and half of the modules during the second year. So as long as you pass your modules, and you can be funded for the remainder of the modules. But we expect you to really be in the system within the allocated time frame, not more than 2 years. Then the master's degree, we fund the students for 2 years after the proposal module, meaning that you get the research bursaries after you passed the proposal module, and you will get the funding for the 2 years because we are looking at the master's degree being for the 2 years after the proposal module, or if you did within the minimum period, which is 2 years, 1 year proposal, 1 year research activities, it means then the year that you are doing the research activities, if your progress is very good, you are going to claim the full amount for all the activities that you are doing within that year. With the doctoral degrees, the same happens. If after the proposal module, you are progressing very well, you will claim for 2 years because it will be year 1, which will be the proposal, year 2, which will be the actual research, and year 3 will be the actual research completing. So you are going to be funded for 3 years minimum, but if you progress well, but still you have hurdles in between where you find that maybe you go over the minimum 3 years duration, then you will be funded over those years. You are going to claim from the amount that you had, either 80,000 or the 120,000, but you will be given the balance of the previous years. And you reapply every year for funding, where you have to resubmit a new application and a claim form for the activities of the year. The application requirements are published annually with the advert that will be placed by the marketing department in all our marketing platforms at UNISA. The adverts for 2021, we expect to put them up in the beginning of November 2020 for 2021. The closing dates and everything will be outlined there. The thing that the students should be aware of is that when you are applying, look at the relevant bursary. If you are applying as a postgraduate diploma student or honors, look at that specific advert and see if you meet the requirements. And if you are doing coursework masters, also the closing date for that one will be specific to you. If you are applying for a research masters or research doctoral degree, the dates will also be different and they will be there. Do not apply on a coursework masters if you are doing a research masters. Do not apply on the advert of a new student when you are a returning student, because if you are a returning student, we still know how much did we give you last year. We will not give you more money the following year. Annually, the bursaries are renewed, like I said, for those that are continuing, and they are subject to satisfactory academic progress. The motivation from the supervisor recommending that you can be supported, you can be given the money, your research activities are good, you are progressing very well. And the other aspect that we are looking at is as to the availability of funds. Do we still have the money or not? Thank you.